All right, so I wasn't supposed to make a video today because I already made the one I was supposed to post today over the weekend. But then I was speaking in a meeting yesterday night, and what the message, or should I say, the things I was speaking about was something very, very important that is also going to help you. So I have decided to share, since it was recorded, I have decided to share some of it with you. I'm going to be attaching it to this video next. Now the thing is, it is going to be lengthy, so I'm not sure yet if everything is going to fit into TikTok for those that are going to be watching it on TikTok. So you might have to hit the link in my bio to go watch the rest on YouTube if I'm unable to post everything on TikTok. But still, you should be following me on YouTube for my lengthy videos that are going to help you in other things around the financial market, basically. Yeah. Now, with that being said, now the thing is, let me tell you something. The video is going to help you. It is going to help you, but you can do well to just scroll and pass. It's going to help you if you stay and watch. Do yourself a favor, stay and watch. Or if you know you are not set to actually change the difficulty you're experiencing in your trading, yeah, just bypass. Just continue with the cruise and vibe that you're doing and just bypass. That means you're not ready to become a profitable trader. But you know, if you know you want to actually become a profitable trader, listen to it. And with that being said, just hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button, depending on where you're watching from. Hit the things to do, drop a comment, drop a like, and all those things. Also, do well to reshare so that it can get to more people. All right. So that is it. See you guys in the next video. Au revoir. Watch it. Becoming a liquidity provider for the market. The market should be the one working for you. So the proper way to lock in a key is go to the market, backtest, so you can gather data. And let me talk about fear. One of the, or should I say, the major reason why a lot of traders deal with fear is because of lack of conviction, and that lack of conviction is as a result of proper knowledge or solid knowledge. Let me put it like that. And that solid knowledge is going to come from the data you've been able to gather from the market. A lot of traders don't have a they don't have a journal of 50 trade, and that is even small. A lot of traders don't have a journal of 100 consecutive trade that they can be able to go back to check if their system truly works or not, either by backtesting or by real-time trading. They don't have it. A lot of traders don't journal, and if you fall in that line here, if you don't journal and all you just do is come to the chart, you trade randomly. If a pair shows up, you just take it without journaling. You won't have something to go back to be able to check if your system truly works or not. You won't be sure if your mentor is lying to you or not. So it is the confidence that you have that your mentor is not lying to you that is going to inform you on the kind of risk you will even be taking on your trading edge, that will make you know that, okay, my edge truly works. And if I take my trade consecutively, whether I win or lose, if I take it consistently with this percentage risk, now it is that data that is also going to tell you that this is the risk that you should be using. And one thing I'm going to say is, because Michael is probably risking 1% to 2%, doesn't mean you should be risking the same thing. Because you're trading the same system doesn't mean you should take the same risk level. What is going to cause it for you? I'm talking like everything I'm saying here is still related to the analysis paralysis, because what causes it overwhelmed by the decisions you're making. You don't know whether to do this, you don't know whether to do that. And as you're unable to like figure out what to do precisely, you are going, hey, Jesus Lord. Okay, let me go around up then. As you are unable to, I just got a trade and I'm supposed to be entering it, and I don't know how to do these things together. So I want to like just round up my talk here. Because Michael is risking 1 or 2%, doesn't mean you can also risk 1 or 2%. No. His own level of patience might have been stronger than your own. Your own level of patience might have been stronger than that of Michael. If you have a more greater patience level, which means you can be able to wait for the best of the best of the best setup, the actual best of the best setup, your own win rate is going to be better than someone who is able to wait for setup, but not always the best of the best. Share you grab. So our win rate is not determined by whether we are a top-down analyst trader. It's not determined by whether we trade SMC. It's not determined by whether we trade ICT. It is determined by who we have become. So what I'm saying is that Michael win rate is at a certain point now, but it can become even better than that when Michael eventually becomes patient than he is now. My win rate is at a certain point now, but it can even become better than I am now. So what I'm trying to say is you need data to be able to make an informed decision of your own risk. Your own, because Michael makes a video and in that video he tells you he's going to be risking 1% or 2%, doesn't mean you should do the same. You need your own data, your own level of data. The reason why Michael is doing this for you guys is so that you can be able to declutter, or should I say have a directional bias of where the market is going basically. So for you, now that you have gotten a directional bias and you now know the kind of and then you have an entry model you want to go and wait for, you will still need the data to confirm if that entry model you want to use for that decision truly works. And the way you can be able to know is to flip through your journal to check the past 50 trade, the past 100 trade, the past 150 trades that you have taken, or maybe not in a live account, but during back testing, which, and again, I'm going to say something concerning back testing. You want to make sure that you didn't lie to yourself when you were back testing. You actually you actually wrote down the things you were supposed to write down when you were doing those back testing, this thing. So you actually write it down the way you're supposed to write it down, and not like deceiving yourself, so that you can be able to have accurate data to now inform you on the decisions to make on a live trade. If you have accurate data of a good checklist and you enter into a trade that you know that yes, this is the kind of trade I should enter into because it matches my edge, and then you go into that trade with the precise risk you're supposed to be using, because you're not just guessing that okay, I think I should be using 1% now. No, I recently just increased my risk level. Actually, I recently just increased it when I flipped through my journal. Is it last week or last upper week? And then I saw that yes, my win rate has increased because I have now become more patient than I used to be. There are times with me now I can hold a trade for a year, no concern. I can actually hold a trade for a year. You can go and check it. So you can, for those some of you that are following me on this thing, we've been holding Solana since November last year, and we're still holding it. The target has been $45. Now calculate that's close to like 8 or 9 months already. Now my patience level is high in waiting and in holding trade. So for you, you are different from me. My personality is different. So for you, your win rate in even my own system can be 60%. My own is probably 70, or my own is 80. You might still be trading on 60% or 50%, which is still not bad. You can still be profitable with it. What you're just going to need to do is to have an informed decision that is going to cast away fear. That is going to cast away fear. Is informed decisions that boost conviction and is something that cast away fear. You will need to know, okay, these are the kind of trades you'll be taking, because this system actually work. I've tested it, or I've forward tested it, and I flipped through my journal and see that it truly works. Now, I know that this is what my win rate is, and this is the amount of, based on my win rate, because it is win rate you are going to use to calculate your risk per trade. Based on my win rate, this is the amount you risk per trade. Once you've been able to get that, the next thing you want to do, if you guys can be able to understand this thing I'm telling you about, you're going to shift into profitability, and I really hope you guys get it. Like informed decision, you actually know your numbers. It is not about whether chart pattern, double top, double bottom alone. Yeah, you know these things. Now, if you're not sound technically, you're going to do yourself a lot of harm too. Yeah. But then, if you have a 50% win rate, for example, and you are averaging between 1:2 risk to reward for every trade, that means you can be able to risk 1 to 2% per of your account size. That is the ideal win rate for you. That is the ideal risk management for you.
But you who does not know have a precise number of these are the kind of trade that should actually be taken. Like you don't have a checklist. Then you after checklist, you don't have like a standard risk that you should be using per trade, because you've been able to know that yes, through your back testing and for testing, you've been able to discover your win rate, and through your win rates, you've been able to discover your risk management size per trade. You've not discovered that. There is no way you're going to be successful in this industry. So I've said all that to say it is overwhelming decision that causes analysis paralysis. Me, I know. Please just drop your question instead of telling me you have a question. Just drop it and then I'll answer it if it's something I can answer that is not going to take time, because I have just maybe 1 or 2 minutes to spend on this call and I'll jump out. And again, kudos to Mike. This guy is trying for you people. This guy is trying for you people. All right, so it is overwhelmed decision that causes analysis paralysis. If you're constantly glued to your screen, instead of what precisely works, you check for the market is not there. You go to the gym, or you go to your friends, or you go to your fellowship place, your church. You go to that's the way to lock in. But if you are constantly sitting in front of your screen, deceiving yourself the way you think people are making it look on Twitter, locking and locked in like match, okay, you will become liquidity provider to the market, because what the market is not showing you, you will do it. Now, for example,
Johnson, what you actually said was quite right. Like back then, around the beginning of last year, around February, so I took everything about my training very much serious, because I'm kind of like spend many years, in this industry, trying to learn acquire market from this market, but nothing is working out.
Which entry
Sometimes I
model
may
do you
use.
use? Which entry model do you use?
Sometimes I use CTL. Sometimes I use supply and demand, but mostly I use supply and demand, and that has this reason for using it.
Okay. Now, the next question is, between CTL and supply and demand, which one can you say you trust the most?
I trust both.
Okay. Do you know why you're unable to answer me very fast? Do you know why? For me now, I can just tell you the entry model I use, and I can tell you this is the one that works straight up. And the reason is because I have data, just like everything I've been saying since morning here. Data, like accurate data. I know what my win rate is. Like I know what my actual win rate is. That is why I can be able to increase my risk. Like I said, I just increased my risk this last week that passed from what it used to be. I added 0.05 to it. Now, I was able to add that because I knew, like, based on my data now, this is what I can be able to shift to. Now, again, accurate data. A lot of traders are fearful. Now, let me even say something. A lot of traders, there's such a thing as over trading, but a lot of traders don't know there's such a thing as under trading. They don't know. Under trading happens especially to swing traders. For example, now you hardly get a trade. You hardly get trade for, let's say you get trade maybe like once in a month, sometimes, or once in 2 months. You are now risking 0.5%, especially on a prop firm when you want pass. Especially if your risk to reward is now like around maybe 1:2 or 1:3. When exactly are you now going to pass that account? The issue is data, lack of data, like lack of knowing that this thing actually works. I know I have been able to see through my journal. Journaling is a very, very powerful tool, but a lot of people don't know it. Go through your journal, see, count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 70 trades out of 100. That was a winning trade. I have 30 trades out of 100. That was a losing trade. That means I have 70% win rate. Now, the issue is a lot of you don't even have a journal to defer to in order for you to be able to know what your win rate is. You don't know. You've just been trading with cruise and vibe. Now, if you can be able to go to your journal, okay, you have 65% win rate, you have 68, you have 69, you have 67. You've been able to calculate it. Now that you've been able to calculate it, are you you know that yes, you are winning this amount of trade out of 100 trade. Now, I'm not saying I'm not using 10 trade for example for you. If I'm using 10 trade, you might start to feel lazy about it. There's no reason why you should be calculating your win rate based on 10 trade. No. The minimum you should calculate it based on is 50 trade. Do the work.
Okay.
Do the work. You are trying to gather data to know what is going to help you to get food, not just on your table, but to help you to buy everything it is that you want to buy later on in life. Do the work. Go and backtest or flip through your journal to be able to check for every trade you've been able to take in the past. Now, if you've been able to flip through your journal and you know that this thing actually works, you've been able to, your journal is going to build confidence in you that kini ṣiṣẹ́ lóòótọ́ now. In your what I just said in Yoruba means this thing actually works. Like it truly works. It's not like my mentor just told me it works, but now I've been able to discover for real. My mind will it will now register in your mind that this CTL does work. The reason why I've not just been profitable is because today I'm using 1% risk. Tomorrow I'm using 0.5. Next tomorrow I'm using 2%. You are not consistent on a single thing. I don't know, like, are we following me? I feel like I need to get response from you guys and more than like more than just one person. Are we following? Can I go on?
We are fine. I don't know if that
Is it
can be
making
an
sense?
issue.
Like, am I making sense to us?
Yes.
All
Yeah,
right.
it makes sense.
All right. Now, you have this. You have the assurance that this model actually works. You now have an assurance again that this model actually works for me this amount of time, which means I have this win rate. Now I have 69% win rate, and I now average between 1:2 risk to reward. 1:2 risk to reward. The next thing for you to do, go to Google. I am a trader with 69% win rate and who usually trades between 1:2 risk to reward. What is the recommended risk per trade for me to use? Now you are working based on data. No be say that Willie say this thing they work alone. I don't know if you get me. This thing is not now about okay, this is what Dapo said. This is now about discovery. This thing works. I don't know if you get me.
I do get it.
This thing works. This is not about Exodus said it. Dapo Willie said it. Michael said it. No, I have by myself and for myself realized that this thing works. Now that you now know that yes, now that you've now been able to know that it works and you have been able to, through what I just told you, get your risk per trade, your own risk per trade. Like I said, I just increased my risk, and the reason why I am able to increase my risk again with 0.5 is because my patience level has grown from what it used to be, which means my tendency of taking a trade that I'm not supposed to trade, as evil, like my tendency of taking those trades has dissipated to a very large extent. Now, because I am now patient and I am waiting for much more solid trade, you need to understand that your win rate is going to be influenced by how well you are able to wait for solid trade. It is going to be influenced by your patience and everything. So now your patience has increased. Which means your win rate is also going to increase with it. And because your win rate has increased with it, you cannot be able to also up your risk with it. That is how these things work. You have accurate data. I should be taking this. I should be taking this. I should be taking this type of trade with this risk management. If you are losing 5 trade out of 10 trade, you are losing 5. out of 10 and you are winning 10 and you are winning 5
Fuck.
with
Yeah.
a 1:2 risk to reward, with 1% risk or 2% risk, I promise you will be profitable. But the issue
Very
is you
good
don't even
prospect.
know your win rate in the first place. You don't have data, and it is because of that lack of data that you will go online. You will see somebody post that this is the strategy that works now. It is this structure that works. The way you people have been drawing your structure is wrong. You will now jump to their what's it called? You will now jump to their own strategy again. You will now start to backtest it or start looking for a way to let
I
that.
think all of
The reason is
that's
because you
completely.
are not confident in what you already have.
Yes, yes.
I feel like I'm saying too much, so
Yes.
let me just see you there.
No,
I hope
you're
everything.
actually talking the truth. You're actually telling the truth.
You know, be like
Mostly
say,
that drug that is
who send this
the
guy within just they talk because I just.
no.
Well, I hope I've been able to
Yeah,
help one person, sha. Cool.
good. Yeah, good. But my issue was
Sorry.
normally
Someone dropped the
okay.
question for me. Let me just answer it real quick. He said, "Does swing trader need session? What you want take session do? What concern you with session? Well, me, I don't use
Take
session,
your
sha,
time.
but we don't use session. We do multi time frame analysis. If we
Exactly.
see a trade, we take it at any time we see it. We don't use session. All those London, all those New York, all those Frankfurt,
No.
all those Badagry, all those yeah, no, we don't use them. We trade based on time frame,
And then if
multiple time
someone
frame
is
analysis.
executing on 15 minutes or 5
Sorry,
minutes,
please. Me, I would need to drop off the call now. So let me just say this one. Now the issue with this, what is swing trade at 5 or 15 minutes?
no, I'm
Why
just
swing
because
trader
I'm
go
a
dey
swing trader.
go 15 minutes?
I'm
Waiting you they go 5 for
I'm
there.
wait. I'm swing trader. I'm swing trader.
Guys,
I'm swing trader. But sometimes I do
People lack
execution.
data. That's the thing. You think Michael is just profitable? He knows what he should do. Like he has. God, I beg.
that's diabolic, man.
No, I'm
God, I
just
beg.
In
I'm
this
just
world,
referring to the guy. It's not about
Why
the
do you want to
session. It's
swing
what
from
you can do,
15
like what
minutes?
you're able to see on the chart.
Like we understand that you might take a trade on 15 minutes, and then due to slow movements, the market can turn it to a swing trade on your hand, like while you're holding it. But you cannot tell me that you're a swing trader and your entry time frame as a swing trader is 15 minutes time frame. Why?
Okay, can
Me,
you give me time
me
to
that
explain
I'm
what I'm trying
talking
to
to
say?
you, my entry is mostly daily time frame. If you like,
Can
they
I?
talk, see,
Okay,
listen,
can I
nobody
just
can
give you an
tell me my
explanation of
stop
what I
loss is
mean
too
now?
big.
No. I'm not
exactly,
like
man. Your stop loss is
It
okay,
does
massive.
okay,
that thing doesn't make any sense to me. I am
okay. Hear me out
profitable.
now.
The thing is, but you see, I used to be swayed. You see, there's this thing that the Bible said about
Yeah.
doctrine. That said that being tossed to and fro by the wind of doctrine. Because now
Yes. It's what they
and the
told
reason is
me.
because people are not grounded in
Bro,
what they have. Now, the
Okay.
thing is, I'm still building myself, not just in trading, but every other aspect of life here. The reason is
Yeah.
because you guys are not grounded in what you already have. Why you they go 15 minutes time frame as a swing trader? You should not even come up like you should not even be thinking about it.
like,
Michael,
like,
Michael.
man.
Now only me they
Whoa,
see this
I
thing.
hear you. Yeah, you know, like, it's they pay me. They talk my soul, man.
Swing trader, 15 minutes. What thing you want swing?
wait.
You know
I want to say something like something that I want to explain.
So just the craft out.
Not say as a swing trader, some swing trader trade on 4 hour. Depending, it's not much that you must execute your trade on daily time frame or 4 hour. But preferably, I love executing on 4 hour and 1 minute and 15 minutes. I had
1 minute.
I even
1 minute.
no 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. It's not 1 minute. I said 1 hour, 1 hour. That mistake.
So I mean
I said
now
one
1
hour.
minute you've been talk.
Oh, sorry. So that was a mistake. I said only execute from 4 hour, 1 hour and 15 minutes. And I have the reason why I'm not doing it. Like that 15 minutes
At
is for
15 minutes.
confirmation. 1 hour and 15 minutes for confirmation. Yeah,
What are
for
you
confirmation.
confirming
Like
on 15
if I'm
minutes,
kind of
bro?
like
Now, okay, you see the way I'm bashing you now, ba? You see the way I'm bashing you. See the way I'm bashing you now. Ba? The thing is, it might actually
yeah,
truly work for you. But the thing is,
yeah,
ba,
yeah.
it might get this bashing now. It might get to you, and it might make you not to be, and it might make you to start fearing on whether you should take that trade on 15 minutes the next time or not. But the thing is, if you have a true data that shows you and tell you and have proven to you that yes, that 15 minutes actually does work, you will not. I promise you, one thing you're going to do is you not go even mind me for waiting at the talk. Like you not go mind me, you go just dey do
I
your
get
thing,
you.
they go. Shey you grab. You not go
I
even
get
mind me
that.
because you have data, proven data. You have it. Now the thing is, me, I don't believe 15 minutes is going to work for a trader. But now it is not a matter of belief, it is a matter of data. If you have the
Yeah.
data to back it up, and when I'm talking of data, I hope you say una know they think say na the data una dey buy for una phone sha.
No.
I mean numbers. You have
I
the
don't
numbers
understand.
that if I do this and if I do this, it
Yeah.
will result into this for sure. If you have that, you will be profitable. And if you have that based on that your 15 minutes, Oga, even this thing where they talk, take them as trash, continue with it. I don't see a way a 15 minutes, someone who takes a trade on 15 minutes can be profitable as a swing trader. Yeah? But then, if you have a data
That's
that you can use to back it up
I've
that
seen
for
many
you
people.
over time, if you have a data to back it up for you that over time,
For
it
that one, I have
truly
data
does work.
for me to back it up.
Ah, Jesus. Sorry, I'm going to lose my line of thought. I want to just
Yeah.
say what I will say and leave this call here because I'm even tired, sef. And
Session.
plus, time has gone. So the thing is, I've said it before and I'm emphasizing on it again. If you get data, you no go dey follow anybody talk anything on top Twitter. You will not even start to you will not start to doubt yourself again. You see that your profitability is because you lack data to confirm if this thing works for you. That's proper accounts, but you will know that yes, this is it. The market continues to print the opportunities. It will continue to print it. And thank God we have an edge that allows us to. I trade coffee. Guys, I trade coffee, I trade cocoa, I trade sugar. Me, I'm not bound by one pay. At least the way I am able to fine tune my own trading. I am not bound to trade crypto alone, to
Yeah.
trade forex alone, to trade whatever it is that people are trading. What people are saying online doesn't concern me. It's none of my business. And the reason why it's none of my business is because I have proven data for what me I am doing.
You are doing. Yeah.
I have a proven data for what I am doing that consistently, when I do this over time, I am always able to get this. So you don't really
Yeah.
concern me waiting person they talk.
Yeah.
Here you grab. Now, baby boy,
Yeah.
this this is your name. They do. Alright, so I've said a lot. And I feel like if you don't get it at this point, if you spend maybe make I not talk this thing I want to talk. When I go
Chris,
vex.
before you mind to close the session, if you are kind of close the session, just don't forget to list me about that stuff and the way I'm trying to cure it.
Wait,
I
are
might
you
just
are you
let me
talking
just
to
use
me?
the word
Oh,
cure.
Michael.
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Concern of what I named here as my issue. So you said analysis paralysis, whatever you called it. So I need you to write up some things that I used to I will be using to, get myself back as soon as possible.
To fight it, to
Yes, on how to fight it.
just give yourself time on the
Yeah,
market. That's it.
the
Just give
solution,
yourself.
assuming if something,
It's the
just give
solution
me
I'm
the
saying
tips
already.
as
Just give
cure.
yourself time
Yeah,
from the market. Sure, you dey hear me. Just give
that's it.
yourself time
Giving
from the
myself what?
market. Give yourself time from the market. When you come back to the market, what's it called? You can go to the basic teaching in the course you bought. Watch it
Yeah,
so that you refresh your mind. You can even watch everything so that you refresh your mind. At least it's your work. Why can't you even watch everything? So that you refresh your mind. Then come to the chat. And when you come to the chart, you see every drawing you have on your chart, remove them. Again, every drawing you have on your chart, remove them. Then when you now remove them, make it a conscious effort to have a neat chart. Draw them. You see the way Michael chart they neat. The day I see me and this guy, they always do competition for the way my chart and in charts they always say. Keep your chart very neat. Thank you, say you bring them back. You see, I just one zone did here. The reason why I can be able to just draw one zone is because No, be my Michael. So you just like you know the things that work. You plot your zones like you should properly, neatly. Wait for the things you should wait for. Or how do I put it? See if you can be able to identify based on what you just finished watching. If you can be able to identify them again, now you know that yes, okay, my mind is now clear. I'm no longer suffering from this. Now that you now have a clear eyes to look at the chart, the next thing you want to do is if you know that yes, I'm supposed to wait for this setup and it's going to take long, maybe like 1 week, 2 weeks. Go find something to do. If you no get waiting, if you no get waiting, you go do. If you no get work, go dey pray. Souls need to enter the kingdom of God before go dey kabash until we win like plenty souls. So that was it for work. And God no go he go even happy for you. Say you dey do. Say you dey do. Abi Michael, how you dey see am? So I've said a lot and I've said enough. We gonna allow me go. We gonna allow me go sleep.
But
Abi Michael.
let me just ask. Let me just ask. Why?
Let me just ask. My guy don't take like 1 hour of our time.
I swear you guys don't.
You don't swallow our time. I think
Oh
it
my
is
god.
it's
But
okay.
I don't try
Mm.
now.